What's up, YouTube? For tonight, we have Elite Four Agatha's team. Now, there are so many freaking Gengars and Haunters in this team, it is not funny. So I thought I'd use this team, their original one, and just change the moves up a bit. Now, what was I going to say? Yes, after this one, it'll be Lance, so we'll have like Dragonites everywhere, so I'm very much looking forward to doing that. And we're getting pretty close to finishing the Elite Four as well. Okay, guys, if you'd like to see this series continue, hit that like button below and we can get on to it next one. So what I wanted to do here, I wanted to make all the sets pretty unique, and I did really make them unique, and there were some amazing sets in this and they work so well. Okay, so I was thinking who I should start with on this one. Now, I started with my Gengar. Now, this Gengar was not your usual Gengar, it was quite different. So I whacked a focus sash on it and I gave it a mean look. Now, the idea with this Gengar set was to lock them in. That was actually a very risky play too, because that could have been Choice Scarf, but most of the time Staraptor runs Choice Band Reckless, so I went for that one anyway. Okay, so I've got my focus sash up there, I've got my mean look up. Now, this was a very risky set, obviously. So I did land the Hypnosis there, which is good. So I've got that actually trapped in with mean look. Now, what I used this set for, it was just a little set I was trying out. And I want to use some different moves on Gengar that you don't see too much. Like it learns Nightmare, and you've never ever seen Nightmare used in a Pokemon battle at all. And if you haven't seen it and don't know what it does, what Nightmare does is the opponent has to be asleep, obviously, and it will, they will lose a quarter of their health every turn. So it's like a it's similar to just a damaging move, but does quite a lot more. Okay, so I swap out Gengar there in case Staraptor does wake up, and Golbat is my defensive wall here. So I get 2 rounds of the Nightmare on there, nearly taking the Staraptor out. It is asleep, so that's that's a pretty decent start there. I do have a little special thing left on my Gengar as well. Right, so in comes Gardevoir. It's got Trace, obviously. I just use Toxic on the swap, just, Toxic anything that comes in. This is quite bad because my whole team is actually weak against Psychic, and I'm very worried about this thing. I don't really want to, actually I definitely don't want to lose Golbat at this point in the game, so I had to really swap into something which, I thought that I could, do without in this battle, and that was my Arbok. This was my special defensive wall Arbok, and even then it's definitely not going to live a Psychic there, and that's going to fade for sure. Poor Arbok, but I did have a Wrap and Toxic set on that, so that was pretty funny, with Rest, Shed Skin, and Stockpile. That was a very interesting set. Didn't get to use it in this battle. Anyways, the last move I had on this was Destiny Bond. I thought that'd be top the set off nicely, so you could use it for later on after you did your little Nightmare thing, and obviously, you can't use Mean Look and Hypnosis and not get attacked the next turn. So Destiny Bond works nicely there. So that's my Gengar down there, and but that's Gardevoir out the way, which is really good because that thing was very scary. Anyway, so we got that Sleeping Staraptor. That's really can't come back in. So I've got my second Gengar here. Now, out comes the Diggsby. Here, I was a little bit worried about. Knockoff here. But I just thought, oh, let's just do it anyway. I went for the Power Punch. This is actually a physical Gengar. so it's pretty funny. So Alakazam's got to come in that. Now, I've got a +1 attack, which is good. This is going to most definitely... I was wondering what the Mega would be, whether it's going to be Gardevoir or Mega Alakazam. Turned out to be Mega Alakazam. So that's alright. I did have a strategy in plan for faster Pokemon. It does trace my Levitate as well. I've got Sucker Punch on this thing, so that worked really well with Alakazam. Since I had a +1 and a Life Orb, that was not going to live there. So I bet they were really surprised by that one. So that was Mega Alakazam gone. That was really good. So 2 Psychic Pokemon out the way there. That was very, very handy. Okay, out comes Chansey here, but I've got +1 in attack, so I'm not really going to swap out of this. I'm going to go for Power Up Punch again. That does loads of damage for Power Up Punch. So that's good. I can pretty much take this Chansey out the next turn. Here, unfortunately, it's going to go for the Thunder Wave. I did kind of see that one coming, but I thought, well, I've got to do some damage to this Chansey. I don't have very many Pokemon that can do big physical hits like that, especially on this team. So Chansey's going to go for the Aromatherapy on this turn, which enables me to actually take it out. In case it used Soft Boiled, I just went there for the Poison Jab, being my main stab. As well on Gengar. It had Shadow Claw as well, that was its other move, so max speed, max attack, Jolly Nature. Okay, so this physical Gengar is going really, really well, so I'm thinking, what should I do here? Should I just go for the Sucker Punch? I decided to go for Sucker Punch because this is obviously going to outspeed me and probably kill me with knockoff, but Digsby is going to go for the Sword Dance, so maybe they expected me to go for Sucker Punch again, I'm not sure. So anyway, I decided to go for Power Up Punch this turn, and of course it takes me out with knockoff. It's always the way, isn't it? It's always the way. So that's my Gengar down. So I've got 2 Pokemon left, things are getting a little bit desperate here, so I'm going to send in my Haunter. Now, I disable that knockoff straight away on Diggersby, so that's great. That's Diggersby, well, it does withdraw there, so there's actually not a lot of moves that it could hit me with my Haunter with, so that's great. Now on that swap, I betted that the Diggersby would swap there because that was the only move to hit Ghost, and quite often that's this sub-disable set does work well. Because there's only a few moves that can hit the Ghost type Pokemon. Anyways, I got my sub up there, which is kind of cool. So my sub is going to fade there with a Vaporeon. That's kind of what I wanted anyway. That's cool. Now the idea here was to do the same thing to the Vaporeon. So I'm going to disable the Scald again, which is exactly what I wanted to do. Now disable is works. Say they have to use the move first, and then you use it after. That means you disable that move. So if you obviously it doesn't work if you use it straight up. It just says it failed. Okay, Sludge Bomb does get a poison. That's really good there. That Chanty had Aromatherapy. I noticed, so this may not have Heal Bell as a cleric, so it'd be kind of weird to have 2 on one team. Anyways, that's beside the point here. I was thinking here, what is this Vaporeon going to do? Is it going to go for Protect Wish? It probably is, so I took the risk and went for Sub, and it paid off, because I knew that most of the time, Pokemon have Wish and Protect together, so I've got a free Sub up, which is great here. Now, this Haunter set probably was the best set that worked well, other than the physical Gengar. These 2 sets worked so well this battle. Okay, so the Vaporeon's got a lot of its health back. And they don't really want to swap anything else into this. The last move I had on Haunter was Pain Split, which works like perfectly with Sub as well. So you can just you can Sub down, disable them, and Pain Split up again and get all your health back. It's quite good. Now you're probably wondering what item I had. I actually meant to have Black Sludge on this, but I needed to get this from my Pokemon X and Y game, and it had Everstone on it, because I would just want to trade over to my Oris game, but so it wouldn't evolve. So I actually went into this battle with the Everstone on very accidentally. Okay, anyways, you are definitely not going to get a Wish Staraptor. Hell no. That's going to go down. That's good. So I've got the Diggersby and the Vaporeon left. Things are looking pretty good here. I was pretty amazed how well this is going so far. I did a really bad misclick there. I was meant to go for Sludge Bomb, and yeah, that was that was very bad there. I don't think I would have taken it out anyway, because even after the leftovers and poison, it would have taken it out, but it was just annoying, because I could have got some more damage on the Vaporeon there, so that was my bad. It was a good example of what happens if you disable up. Mind my French there. Anyway, so I'm just going to go for Sludge Bomb again, and it just lives there with a tiny bit of health, but it's going to go for Scald this time. I thought it would just go for Protect like it did before. I had nothing to lose going for Sludge Bomb, it didn't really matter. But it's going to get all its health back with Wish again. Man. So I'm thinking, well, I need to have... That Diggersby is probably the problem here. Most definitely the problem, because I know that it's got Sword Dance, I know that it's got Knockoff, and that's going to be really bad against, my Golbat, because I can't really dish much damage out with him. And I'm thinking, if I can't get a sub up and disable the knockoff, I'm going to be in big trouble. So I had to take a Scald there, unfortunately, which that's kind of just how it is. Now I'm going to be able to outspeed and finish off with a Sludge Bomb, which is good, but it's not good because I didn't have a sub up, and I'm going to have to just attack this Diggersby. I don't have Destiny Bond or anything like that on this set, because I just couldn't possibly fit it on. Anyway, so out comes Diggersby. I'm just going to Sludge Bomb this and hope for a poison damage here. Very much hope. I was thinking, what is it going to do? Is it going to just knock off me? That'll probably be its best move there to get rid of this Haunter, because it's been, it's been a thorn in their side for the whole battle. It's got rid of, annoyed the hell out of all the other Pokemon. Okay, and I've got my wonderful Everstone there. So my last Pokemon is Golbat. I definitely was not confident with this matchup because anyway, Golbat is a very defensive wall, but the problem is here, the Diggersby has huge power and Sword Dance, and that is going to do so much damage, even with Golbat's great defense with Everlight. Okay, so obviously they were always going to go for Sword Dance. That move I was always going to go for Toxic. That was the best thing I could possibly do there. Unfortunately, I do outspeed, which was nice too, since I'm Golbat. I was wondering if it had a quick attack or not, or if it just had like return. I wasn't really sure at this stage, so here I've got Super Fangs. That was the best thing that I could possibly do. Like, there was probably still about 2 turns to go before I would actually take it out. It knocks me off, and that gets rid of my Everlight, so that is going to spell doom for me. I do have Roost on this set, but even with the Roost up, even if I Roost to full health, I knew this was probably going to take me out, so I just did it. What the hell, anyway, I've got no other options left. Just want to get most of my health back here. Unfortunately, it has returned, and there's no way I'm going to live a huge power Sword Dance without an Everlight. But man, that team was so fun to use. Those sets, it was great. I hope you paid attention. You try some of them out. They're really, really fun. Take someone off guard and annoy them. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that one. Please leave a like on the video. If you've got any theme teams, you're welcome to leave them in the comment section. I am going to do the theme teams in a couple of days too. The playlist for all these videos is after this, so if you want to see the previous battles, make sure you check them out too. That's about all, guys. Thank you for taking the time out of your day for watching my videos. Peace out.